Let's just plug them.
Diddle-a-dum-dum, British One Man Podcast, episode 80 odd. We're just going to do a little short one. I'm going to do a bit of an update what we were saying last week. So we were talking about Shane's programming that's going to be accessible to everybody within the strongman scene. So with the goal of getting everybody onto some kind of affordable programming. So what I have done to kind of match that, I have decided that the thing that I'm really passionate about is, and really enjoy and gets me into my flow state, is actually like doing technical coaching. And I've realized that the barrier for me doing technical coaching is the fact that strongman skill coaching is so niche that my audience is scattered all over the UK, all over the world, really. So it's just not convenient to get like a regular people to come and see me like regularly, if you will, that I can help. So we've come up with the idea that I'm starting on Wednesday that a lot of people have already joined and been a part of, which is a dumbbell masterclass on Wednesday evening, 8 p.m. And there's still space to join. It's going to be £10 if you're an MST member, a Lean Body Strength Club member, a Chaos member. You can donate the money into the Mental Health Foundation, where there's a link on my Instagram. Already from entrance, we're over, I think, £341 have been donated to the Mental Health Foundation for this session. So the goal is for me is to get a little bit of money off a lot of people, so I can basically pay people to help me to deliver this quality service that I want to do and make it repeatable and scalable, etc. So so if you'd like to be involved with something that's starting, that I've got a vision that I'm going to make really big, then please go to my Instagram, go to the link tree. I think there's over 70 people who've signed up for Wednesday's session. So with my Zoom capacity, there's space for about, I think, well, just under 30 spaces left for people who want to join for this one. So just go to the link in my bio of my Instagram, click on the link tree, click on Dumbbell Masterclass, and then you can pay and register your details there. So and there's going to be other stuff going forward. So what I want you to do, guys, is spread the word. I want to turn this 70 into 100, into 200, into hundreds, thousands of people across the world who can benefit from in-depth technical strongman coaching excellence from the comfort of their home. So this is aimed at people for those times where you sat at home on the couch, flicking through Instagram, looking for something to watch on Netflix, and where a lot of us are just sat at home thinking about training anyway. So you can you can go on.
Because we all do it. We all get home and you replay your fucking Insta video 3 times, don't you? Instead of that, you can book in with Josh and straight up, over the years, I've worked with fucking every single strongman coach going. And I think that Josh is really, even when you first started, mate, this is just you to a T, because even when you first started, you were so good at breaking stuff down and thinking about movements and opening up different positions. And I've really benefited from just spending time around you, to be honest, Josh. I've learned loads off you, and the dumbbell that you're doing tomorrow, I always say this anyway when I tell people this, but most of the cues I give to my athletes are just things that you've taught me. When you literally taught me dumbbell a couple of times, you just chimed in 10 minutes here and there, and I picked up so much info there that it made my dumbbell go from feeling terrible to amazing. So
that's it. You went from like 80 to like comfortable with 100, didn't you? In like no time, really.
Yeah, it was about 4 6, wasn't it? It was nothing really. And that's not getting stronger, is it? That's just getting more efficient on the implement, because I couldn't express I had the strength there for 100, but I just couldn't. It didn't feel right in rack position. It didn't feel weightless. And then as soon as you found this position for me, it helped so much. And I've then gone and used those things that you've taught me, passed it on, and it's worked countless times. So especially tomorrow on the dumbbell, guys, I really recommend you go, because I think that of all the coaches I've seen that teach dumbbell, I think Josh is the best, to be honest with you. And it shows, because like I said on Instagram, you've got 80 kilo strict press, but 100 kilo dumbbell. It's mad. It just shows how efficient you are. And I don't know what you think, but I think recently, this last dumbbell phase you've done, your dumbbell's looking so much better than it did last phase, which is strange because it was good last phase, but I can tell that you've still not thought that you can't get better technically. You've still been putting in your technical work, and I can see adjustment in your rack position, and I see adjustment in the center of gravity of the dumbbell being perfect. It's real noticeable. If you've got a good coach's eye, it's very noticeable, the changes you've made. It's really good, mate. Yeah,
and to be honest, this is what I am so passionate about in delivering, right? This coach's eye thing that people think, you need to have a really good, solid understanding. Like, I'm actually passionate about bridging the gap between like just getting everybody to understand it a little bit, like understand movement a little bit better, and the strongman events. Like I guarantee that people are going to see on this session tomorrow night, they're just going to be like, oh my goodness, like, why have I never thought of that? Or like people are going to be like looking at the mates' videos doing dumbbell and just going to see errors straight away. And not only errors are easy to pick, but you're going to be able to pick the fixes that actually work for yourself and work for each other. And like, you'll just see you lifting through a completely different lens. I agree with you about the latest phase, because I remember when I did like 90, 91 for the first time or whatever, and I thought, oh bloody hell, I've completed it now. I'm really good, but I can't imagine ever lifting any heavier than that. It just felt so hard and heavy. I was almost lucky to get it. Whereas like when I did 100 the other day, like to even have the confidence to just put 105 on as my next jump, like got 105, and if you slow mo, you can see that actually my dip was a degree out, and it just went to like most people's error, went out to the side of the shoulder that it's on. So I actually think if I'd have had if I get a perfect dip on that 105, like I'm strong enough to do 105 like very, very soon. So yeah, I agree that you're right. But this thing that I'm talking about on here, like we've covered a lot of technical work on here that loads of people have given us really good feedback on. But I just think that well, if you're listening to this and you're 80 odd episodes in, then this is gonna be like the next level thing of where we've given you all this stuff for free. Like me and Shane are going to have this kind of nominal fee that to get onto like our paid services, and it's just going to hopefully like the free stuff that you got from the podcast is giving tremendous value, but we're both getting services now that are just going to be for the people who maybe don't have much disposable income and they can't justify spending much money on themselves. We're going to show you that with the programming that Shane's going to have to offer, and with the technical coaching that I'm going to have to offer, at like a fraction of the price what it would be to come and train with me in person, or get private programming off Shane. Like that's the exciting thing about what we're doing now. And yeah.
Strongman's new, isn't it? Well, it's not new, but it's like, it's new to having a large amount of participants, because even when I was doing strongman, when I first started, there was like one under 90 comp a year. You know what I mean? Well, three. You had to qualify. You had like the Northerns, you had the and the Brits. There wasn't a Europe or anything like that. So you had 3 comps if you were lucky to qualify. And then you had the Dragons. The Dragons was the only other comp that wasn't a national. So there wasn't many. But nowadays you've got novices, you know, in all the weight classes. You've got all the female classes. You've got the masters. There's so many participants. So something needs to happen where we bridge that gap between, your only option is let's pay for a coach, $100 a month or whatever. So the app that I'm going to be releasing, that's going to be circa £30 a month. So it's a cheap budget investment, but you're going to get a lot of value for your money. And then when you need that more detailed, deeper technical coaching, you can jump on things like this with Josh. And like I say, there ain't many coaches that can break the lifts down like Josh can. So I think that it's going to just open the doors to people improving without having to make that investment. Plus, like we said before about kind of coaching, you're sometimes a bit umming and ahhing about what coach to go with. You know, who's good, who's bad, whose price is fair, who's actually going to deliver a good service, you know, and what you're going to get for your money. Whereas with this, you know exactly what you're getting. It's a small investment, and if you go into a dumbbell masterclass, you know you're going to come out of it with a shitload of dumbbell information from someone who's knows what they're talking about. So I think that it's going to be great. Honestly, Josh, I think it's a really good idea, and I think that as it grows, I do think that you're going to help hundreds and thousands of people, to be honest, because the market's there for it. You know what I mean? It really is. Like Luke at Chaos ran that Masters comp, and didn't he have like something like 100 and something entries? Yeah, that's what I mean. The sport's growing, mate. The sport, it really is growing, and there needs to be options for people to be able to jump on stuff like this. I think it's class.
Yeah, that's what I think so good about. Like, since we started this podcast, like that's what I think is so fucking good about, like, say, develop, like, because we're really passionate about helping people who want to get better at performance in strongman. Yeah. But like, even like, say, a couple of years ago, it was like the both of us, it was like they had to be paying quite like more than a lot of people's disposable income to, like, they had to pay a decent amount of money to either get some private coaching, some bespoke programming, or, you know, like, say, come for a one-to-one session. It's like, and travel, it's expensive. So what we're doing now, like a couple of years on from when we started this podcast, is like we both still have those services that we're very proud of delivering a really valuable service in those things that we've mentioned. But now we're looking at growing and actually having these kind of smaller stepping stones where people can just, well, if can I get some guidance for £40 a month, and instead of, before I start paying £100 a month, £200 a month, like, what can I get for £40 a month? And if you're going to get Shane's programming and like some technical lessons from me, without the need to come up to my gym and visit me and travel and see these things live being implemented on live people, unedited. Yeah, because that's what I've realized when we're posting stuff of, you know, when you post up, like, we share, like, our clients will tag us in fucking good lifts or whatever that they've done in the week, and then we'll share them. Like, that isn't helping anybody, is it? That's just like, apart from like through inspiration or whatever, they'll be like, oh, fucking hell, someone so-and-so smashing it, he's just done this PB or whatever. But in terms of they're not seeing they're not seeing the behind the scenes steps of what it's taken from that person to put 20 kilos on his deadlift or 20 kilos on his lift. Where I think this is going to be a real eye opener for people tomorrow night when they're seeing me coaching the twins in person and going through some progressions and seeing people who are respected within the sport in their lane struggle with stuff. They're going to really struggle with certain stuff that I'd try and get them to do tomorrow night. And I think that's going to be really relatable to the audience, like, because they're going to see, not only is it organic coaching where I'm going to take them struggling with something, I'm going to have to think on the spot in front of fucking loads of people watching, like, what's going to be the where do we go from here? Yeah, Joe's different to Tim, so I'm going to give him slightly different variations at slightly different loads. Like, they learn in slightly different ways. Like people are going to see this live, which, to be fair, like that's a thing that, like, I love and I know I'm good at. Like, I'm thinking on the spot and getting people better. And I suppose this is kind of, for the first time ever, like, you're going to be able to share that, really. So I'm excited about it. It's like almost like going behind the scenes with you, you know, writing the programming and stuff, and seeing you do it. It's like that. That's where you know, when you sit at your computer and you're fucking blazed and you're seeing all data from last week and getting the feedback, and then you've got all these like hundreds of progressions going through your head. Where could we go? Right, we're going to go there, and he's going to smash it next week, and then like, that's fucking magic, mate, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, that's where me and you. That's where we're in our element, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's what I mean. That kind of. I've been listening to like some inspirational fucking podcasts and videos recently, and what one that really resonated with me was like saying about finding your flow state and basically doing more of the stuff that gets you in your flow state. And my flow state is like competing, which obviously I'm gonna, like, no matter what, don't have to be strong, man. It'd be fucking tiddlywinks. It'd be whatever. Honestly, I just love competing. But the other thing that gets me into the flow state, other than like family time, is coaching, and is coaching on the spot and actually giving people like feedback and being reactive to not like planning something out, like, oh, we're going to go through this progression and blah, blah, blah. It's actually being reactive, and, you know, somebody fucking struggling with something, or someone like doing some shit that you would expect them to be doing better, and then quickly analyzing that, giving them like all the kind of multifaceted response and getting them to do something better. And a lot of the time, getting people to do something better. Like, how many times do you do this as a coach, Shane, where you get someone to do something better, and it might be through a progression on something you program, it might be a little cue that you give them, and you've made them improve, and they don't even realize how good the thing is that you just given to them. Do you know what I mean? Like, I get it sometimes where I've just fucking done something and it's just magic, and I thought, you know what? I don't know anybody else that would have said that and got that result. And then the client, then the receiver was just like, oh yeah, nice one. And then just cracks on, and it's not a big, like, I love that. And that makes me feel like that warmth inside, because I suppose we're quite similar in a way that we don't do this. That, at the end of the day, that's what it's all about for us. We don't do this for like extrinsic kind of, you know, like people kissing our ass and stuff. Oh, Shane's good, Josh is good. Like, we don't do it for that, do we? We like, you know you're good at what you do. I know what I'm confident in my own ability. And like, all that matters is what we think as individuals about ourselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm very much like, if I like to do a good job, me. Like, I like to, you know what I mean? I just like to do a good job. And if someone says something to me like, as happened to me before, if somebody said to me like they're not happy with it, it's happened like once or twice in the whole time coaching, but where someone's not happy with the way things are going and they're not happy with certain stuff, if as long as I can look back and be like, I feel like I tried hard, I feel like then I'm like, fair enough, mate. You know, this isn't obviously, you know, what you expected, but I can't give it anymore. So as long as I feel like I'm giving my all, I love coaching. I think it's fucking class. You know, which is one of the reasons why doing these things will help more people and offering these budget options is even better for us, because I think that sometimes, because I want to help people, sometimes I take on a bit too much, and then I'm not giving enough. You know what I mean? Like I'm spreading out. Whereas with like my app, for example, when I'm writing the programming, I'm really invested in everything I'm writing, like, because I know that multiple people, hundreds of people are going to read it. And I want, when I program, like somebody asked me the other day, like, is there percentages in your is there a percentage calculator? Can I type my 1 rep max in and it tell me what to do in MST systems app? And I was like, no, because Strongman's not like that. So a lot of it's text based, where I'll be like, you know, we're doing this on dumbbell, and I'll write 5 or 6 different things because I'm picturing 5 or 6 different people, and then it's up to you to read it and apply it to yourself, kind of situation. But because I know that I'm going to be helping so many people, I'm really invested in that piece of information, so that I'm hoping that no matter who reads it can come away and be like, oh, right, I'm going to do this. Whereas when I was not offering the budget options and I was kind of like spreading myself too much, I sometimes didn't quite give that, you know what I mean? So I think this thing that we're doing with our businesses to help more people is not just going to benefit those people, but it's going to benefit the people we're coaching, because you can stay more invested with the people that are paying that extra price, because you're not trying to like spread yourself out over more people, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. And like like building on that, the system of it all is like, at the end of the day, we like our vision. That's why I think we're so aligned, and I think that's why we're aligned with like Luke as well, what he's doing with like and Rhiannon with the promotion of the comps they're putting on, is because actually our number one thing is we've got this thing, we love this sport, and we're thinking, right, well, how can we help positively affect as many people as possible? And that's what's been obviously great about the podcast, is like, I'll be honest, like people message me all the time and I don't even click on the pictures most of the time, if it's just like, and it's just a big thank you message. Oh, I'm going to apply this, all this free content. And it's just fucking absolutely amazing. But it's just like, say, if I had stayed just in the just coaching in the gym, like I'd just be so limited by like limiting the amount of people that I can positively affect. And then going to the online thing, it's so much bigger. But even doing the programming, you're still giving yourself a ceiling, aren't you? Where if we've got these systems, you with your programming, me with the technical coaching, where we've got this system where we could have 100 people on it or 10,000 people on it, then it's just so exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, and the thing for me as well is people keep asking me about the app, like, oh, how much are you going to make and this and that. And the thing is, it makes me laugh because people think, I mean, people really don't know me, I guess, but if I got 10,000 people on that, yes, I would be minted. But that would genuinely, I believe that if that happened, Strongman in the UK would completely change, because I would be like, there wouldn't be you wouldn't see me spending it on myself, let me put it that way. It would be straight into the sport, because I think to myself, wow, like imagine what you could do if you had you know, the amount of money to be able to sponsor athletes and offer prize money, help kit and this, and you know what I mean? It'd be so, that's my vision with when people, like, because I always think in business, you need an overarching goal that isn't money driven. because if you're money driven, you're very successful. I don't know anyone who's ever been successful with their only goal is to make money. And my goal is to like have man, not like it was when I was in my prime under 80, so to speak, where there's all these there was crazy athletes like Glenn Kerr. He was an Olympian and he was competing in strongman, and he's gone from being an Olympian to in this car park where 3 people are watching. I was like, wow, you should be getting there. There should be loads of people here watching. There should be money in this, and it should be a production. Like, imagine if all it takes really is a couple of guys with good cameras and stuff and some editing, pay some editors to edit your comps into videos on YouTube, and you could start blowing the sport up so much. So that's kind of like my overarching goal. And I think me and you are very similar, which is, like you say, I would say that your overarching goal is probably to, like you say, help as many people in strongman and help grow it as possible, instead of like, just think of the money kind of side of things. I don't even think about that.
Well, that's the thing. If we earned another whatever per month, like, what do people think that we're going to do with that money? Like, we're just going to fucking, like, I don't pay myself that much. I just fucking put it all back into business. Like, what do we actually spend our money on? Like,
I mean, Conte. My whole wardrobe is full of Conte tops. That's what it is.
Like, I never buy any clothes. I need some new like underpants and socks, definitely. They've all got holes in. Like, I never go on holiday.
If I need training stuff, I don't skimp out on that, because that's the only thing I do. So,
well, that's it. But that's like a kind of, for me, like, I buy the training stuff because it's like other people can use it as well, and it's like it. Anyway, fucking hell. But yeah, I don't have anything. Oh, but buying a dog this week. That's on.
You get a dog?
Yeah. A beagle, yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Like I don't really know. It's really cute.
Okay.
What?
Gym dog?
Yeah. Well, yeah. It'll just go everywhere with me. My dog.
Yeah, class. That's awesome.
Right. Anyway, fucking hell. I'll see you in a bit. See you.